one.
Welcome back to another podcast of the Chelsea Brothers.
Chelsea Brothers.
Get in there, boys.
Chelsea
Today,
Brothers.
I'm with the main man, Harry, my friend James, and of course the one and only, the biggest Chelsea fan I know,
Nico.
Varun McChicken McDonald's Nuggets.
Nuggets.
That's the one.
Grab the
And
seat,
today
senor.
we will be discussing the left back spot for Chelsea and who the potential replacements or let's say the current situation of that position in the next season and the season to come.
Yeah.
But Harry, James, what do you guys think?
I want to throw this one to everyone first.
Haz has got a lot of points.
I've got a lot of points, but I want the more popular opinions to be shared first.
All right, so why don't I start us off with basically outlining all our options, right? So currently there are three big options in the market. We obviously have Nicolas Tagliafico, the one from Ajax, who is currently available for 22 mil, if I'm not wrong. And then we have Alex Telles, the Brazilian left back from Porto, who is available for 24 million. And then we have the English left back, Ben Chilwell from Leicester City, who was earlier valued at 80 million, but apparently his price has been dropped to 50 million. So guys, who do you guys think is the best option? But before you get answer that, I just wanna point something out to you guys. All right, 1 second, and yeah, there we go. So this is a comparison done by Squawka of Ben Chilwell and Nico Tagliafico. So as you can see from this, Nico Tagliafico is a more conventional left back who's solid in defense, who is good in the offense, but not as good as Ben Chilwell. Now keep in mind, next season we will have lots of attacking talent with incoming transfers from Timo Werner and Hakim Ziyech and possibly Kai Havertz. Let's not forget that. Possibly, fingers crossed. But so keeping that in mind, this is a comparison between those two players, and there is also a comparison between Ben Chilwell and Alex Telles right here. We should also keep in mind Alex Telles is most likely going to be ending up at PSG. So if we do want him, we will have to spend a lot of money when it comes to wages, signing bonuses, agent fees. Do keep that in mind, even though he is only 2 million more expensive than Nico Tagliafico. So yeah, take it away, guys.
Harry, please.
So I think Ben Chilwell. I know it didn't exactly show favour for him in defensive stats over in. And I didn't exactly show favour for him in defensive stats in that demographic. But then I think it's also important to consider that he had 2,000 more minutes since 2017-18.
That is true.
That demographic. So it shows that he possibly you could see that as he is more
Consistent, more durable.
Durable. That's the word I was looking for. More durable. Do I value that at 80 million? However. Yeah,
50 million.
I
His
do.
value has been dropped.
Well, if I value him at 80 million, I value him at
50 million.
And you have to consider that he is playing in the most competitive league in the world, as opposed to Tagliafico.
Brilliant. That brings me to my next point.
Then you take it away from it.
So if we're going to go to the Dutch league where you're playing against farmers and dentists, then of course you're going to have these kind of. But when we get to the big leagues and we're thinking the Premier League, that's where it really counts, right? And to consider that Chilwell's playing for the third best team in the league on the table, and to be that consistent,
I'm personally
durable,
second best.
you think this is the second best team in the league?
Yeah.
Better than Man City.
Significant. But
Wow.
we'll get on to that.
Wow. That's a debate for another day.
Another show. Too much to talk about.
Yeah.
Damn.
But we can get the guarantee that Chilwell will fit in right away. And maybe not necessarily to the squad, but the tempo of the league, the physicality. And with a player like Telles and Tagliafico, these little cheeky South American boys, are they big enough? Are they strong enough? I don't know. I really don't know. And I honestly don't think that 50 million is too much to be asking for. With that said, I do believe Dave could do Dave could do a brilliant job in the left back position over Marcus Alonso and bloody Emerson.
But just one thing. The one thing. About Dave, he is currently on the wrong side of 30, so he is aging, and we do have to plan for the future. Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think he should be playing for another season? Considering this season he has, like before the break, before the circuit breaker, he did have a slight slump in form because of his tiredness of playing essentially every single game.
Yeah.
We do have to keep that in mind.
We do. You're right. You're absolutely right, and that is the appeal of those three left backs. So, in my opinion, if I'm Frank Super Lampard, I'm gonna bring in Chilwell. I'm gonna send off Marcus Emerson, one of the two, and I'm actually gonna leave David right back in the meantime, and then let Reece, because you're right, Dave is on the wrong side of 30. He's gonna need to take breaks. And when that happens, when we're playing the FA Cup, that's when we put in Reece, let him shine. And that's for the future, in my opinion. Chilwell's still young, got time. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Okay, James, do you have an opinion?
I think ideally you want to be getting Chilwell, right? But I think at 50 mil, I mean, if you want to pay that price, and although it might sacrifice some other signings, like it would be worth it. But I say you go all out, especially if you're building. I'd say you go all out on Chilwell.
But Jam made a good point to me earlier. He was saying, Nico, I don't know why Chelsea are so adamant about signing a fullback when we should be really looking at the centre-back positions. And I agree with what he's saying.
I completely disagree with that.
You disagree?
Yeah, I think Rudiger and Christensen are the second best centre-back partnership in the league.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, I can't believe I'm agreeing with I'm agreeing with Spaz on this, but I do feel left back is the larger priority for us. I mean, our current left backs are Marcus Alonso and Emerson Palmieri, who personally aren't that great. Alonso is amazing when you're playing in a 3 at the back, but when you're playing with 4 at the back, he's not the greatest. Let's be honest. I feel left back is a priority.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So
That's fair. I agree with you there, Bruin. I think.
when you write it like that, it's hard to.
Look, I mean, like you guys have some time. Like I don't think Premier League title should be on the minds next season.
I think you're working towards that.
Like, I think if you want to dominate, like it can't be next season. You go for it. So yeah, you have time. You have time, and also the centre back partnership now is playing more together, being in the squad more together. You know, it can get worse, but it's likely to get better. You know what I mean?
So speaking about time, there is one more option available to Chelsea, and that is our very own youth product, Ian Maatsen, who recently did sign a new long-term contract with this is a rumor, but he seems to believe that he's good enough to make the substitute left back spot his own next season. Do you think he could eventually break in and become a starting left back?
Truthfully, I don't know enough about him. I know Harry's been studying quite a bit, and him in the youth program, and obviously his success with the Chelsea in the Champions League and the youth system. But I really don't know enough about him to make a comment on that. But I'd like to hope that our youth system and what we've seen in the recent, in particular this season actually, is that our youth can create these talents. Because
like I said before, I like the youth system.
Tomori, yeah, you're right. For too long we've been loading off our players and selling them off, but really we should be utilising that youth system and implementing those players into our team.
I couldn't agree more. All right, guys. Yeah. So just before we end, the final decision. I want each of you guys to tell me who you think should be the priority for left back. Nico first, then Spaz, then Jam.
Benjamin Freezing Chilwell. That's what I think.
Yeah. I think Tagliafico.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I was kidding. Then Chilwell.
Yeah, it's got to be Chilwell, man. You got to go all out. You got to go for who you think is going to be best.
All right, that's fair. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of the Chelsea Brothers.
Thank you, guys.
I hope you enjoyed this and do tune back next season for another episode. See you all next time.
Thanks, guys.
See you lads.